Oh, there we go.
Hello, everybody. My name's Ryan. Tonight I'm here with my co-host Brynley. We're from Legion Cast. So tonight will be our first little cast. So we'll kick it off with a bit of about us. Brynley, you take it away from here, buddy.
Yeah, man. So as you can hear, this is our first podcast. This is the first one that either of us have done. I think we just threw this idea together in maybe like a period of like 2 or 3 hours. Basically, the aim of our podcast is just to cover general hobby information like 40K, Age of Sigmar, of course, the sort of stuff that you want to know as a gamer, like little tips and tricks, what's happening in the local hobby scene. We're Brisbane based, by the way, for anyone overseas who's listening to us. So a lot of our local tournament stuff probably won't really help you unless you feel like traveling to, Mount Gravatt, Capalava from Toronto, Canada or something. Like, I wouldn't personally do that, but I struggle just to drive the hour there. So, but yeah, this is what we're doing. This is just two fairly noobish gamers just trying to get out and do a podcast and have a bit of fun.
Hey, so you're fairly noobish, but I'm 100% noob. At least you know about the 40K, I think they call it. Is it 40K? I don't
40?
even know. The space, they're like liberators in space. Those guys, you know all about that. See, so you're one up on me, buddy.
Yeah, man. It's been like after 8th edition's been dropped, I barely know the universe now. But yeah, I've been doing it for a little while. I think I started with Warhammer Fantasy back in 2003, and then I probably played 40K for most of maybe like a good 6-7 years. But now I'm slowly being drawn back into Age of Sigmar. So we'll see.
Yes,
There we go.
Come back to us. We'll get into that. We'll get into you and your Age of Sigmar adventures soon, though. Let's just start off with a bit of news. So first up, off the rank, is Northern Knights. They're a Brisbane-based club in Caboolture. Friday the 15th. They've got a tournament that's coming up. Now they're going to have some visitors as well, I believe. So Legion of Wargamers are going to go there as well. I think the challenge has been laid down, and those two clubs are going to duke it out on the 40K with the Space Marines and the Space Communists and all that sort of fun stuff. Yeah.
Space Communists, glorious Tau Empire.
Yeah, that's who you play, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Dirty space fish.
Yeah. For the greater good.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Actually, I'm a bit disappointed. I read those Horus Heresy books, but there's no communist fish in them. So
yeah, that like it's kind of well, you have to remember, like, in the history when the Horus Heresy was happening, the Tau Empire was like way back in the Stone Age. They were still bashing each other with rocks. Like they hadn't.
Oh yeah. Well, that's way back in the Stone Age where you found your fucking internet connection and webcam.
Man. Shut your face! I didn't start.
Anyway, next up was something about an escalation, I think you mentioned.
Yeah, man, Games Workshop this weekend, this Saturday, they're having a game of, they're playing Escalation, which is, I don't know if it's run at other Games Workshop stores, but it's definitely run at Games Workshop, Mount Gravatt, and it's been done this Saturday. Basically, what Escalation is, for people who aren't familiar, it's obviously an escalation of force. You go over 4 games. You start with a 750-point game, go to 1,000, go to 1,250. No, wait.
Oh, don't bloody hurt yourself.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, like you go from 500 and then you finish at 1,250, and it's a good 4 games, and they've got lots of different objectives, and it's like a really good chance to verse a lot of different armies. Like, you'll be using the same army that you're using, but you're using different components of it. So I had heaps of fun last time I played. I think last time I played, I had won Best Painted, so that was pretty fun. There's some really good guys down there.
Yeah,
Great
my
stuff.
name's
I love it.
Brynley. I know how to use a paintbrush. Shut
I'm
up.
right. I'm
How's
right.
that
What's a
just
wet palette?
sneak in the fucking self-promotion? All right, so after that is this Sunday, Sunday the 17th, Warrior Lodge. That's my club. Well, the club I'm a part of, it's not my club. At the Kalanga Tavern, they've got
Yeah.
40k, 30k, and AOS. Sometimes guys take a whole bunch of other games and stuff with them as well. I've seen like bowl and all sorts there. So that's from 10 a.m. onwards, and there's a really good bunch of guys there. So if anyone's in the area at that time and they want a game, pop on round. There's heaps of space and tables, and there's a bar. So
Yeah. You've been with the Warrior Lodge for a while though, haven't you? Like
I have. I'm an old man and I don't like change, and the guys there are pretty cool. So yeah, I've been with them for a while. Plus heaps of games, man. Heaps of games.
yeah, wicked.
I'm all
Well,
about that AOS.
is that the one we're going up to? Is that the one this Saturday?
No,
Yeah.
Sunday the 17th.
Yeah, wicked. Oh well, it's at the tavern. We can always get a beer after. Not that we actually. Yeah, no, we condone drinking and wargaming.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, no,
Definitely we do. We don't condone driving after drinking and wargaming, but we condone wargaming and drinking.
Yeah, like lots of it. Just
as long as you're over 18 and all the rest of that sort of pizzazz. Okay, after that, there was another tourney as well. I can't remember the mob that you mentioned.
Oh,
the Force.
Yeah, Irresistible Force down south side of Brisbane, down Tanamira, right near the Logan Hyperdome. They're going to be holding a tournament either on the 19th or the 23rd of October. Details still to come. They always throw a fantastic show. They've got heaps of tables, great bunch of guys, and I think the Legion of Wargamers, they went there for the last tournament, organized by the same group, and they had a really great time. There was lots of good feedback. Lots of people had fun.
Yeah.
So.
Is that where I saw those photos of a whole bunch of 40k players in a bus or something?
Yeah, they're all like drunken coronas or something.
Oh, yes. All right, that's my kind of game, man.
Yeah, man.
What else? Coming up will be instructional videos. Now, I am doing the editing on the last two for the first trio of videos that are coming out. They're basically recorded at your place, and it's been a while. Some of the footage that you provide is it's great, man. It's all good stuff. It's high quality footage, and
there's no need to lie about it. Like I shot on my phone. I shot half of it upside down in landscape, and the other half was like in portrait at the wrong angle. And like I was basically knocking it every 30 seconds, and I had autofocus on, and well, that's what that's what this is about.
But it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Urban bases and that barbed wire. The barbed wire one as well was pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah, I think I've got a little. Where is it? You guys can. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's what you're going to be seeing us build. Tiny little base.
Wow.
Look at that barbed wire. Oh, so
it looks. I promise you guys, it looks better in the videos that are coming out, and not on Brynley's webcam from 1989.
Okay, I stole this from a museum.
It's going to be cool.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. they are cool videos, so keep an eye out for them. They'll be coming out in the next week or two. Week? Can we say a week?
Yeah, we can say a week. We can say what we want. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, but it's live and it's on YouTube, so that's a commitment that you got to make.
Yeah,
because you still owe me some footage.
No one's gonna heckle us if we don't follow through with our promises.
I'll heckle the shit out of you any day.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You
I'll just tell your wife and be like, "Can you have a go at Brynley for me, please?"
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do that. Myself.
Next up after that was some G-dub stuff, 40k related. I don't want anything to do with it. You go for it.
Yeah, wicked. All right. So with the latest release, so we've got a couple of really cool releases coming up. Okay, so we've got so this isn't 40k, but this is Warhammer Shadespire Underworld. It's like, from what I can tell, it's like a like a 4-person, like 4 model, small version of like Path of Glory or Skirmish or something. You got cards, you got dice, you got miniatures. It looks like a pretty good setup. It's coming soon. There's details on the website. If you're really keen for like a really quick game that you can kind of take with you everywhere, I see this and I'm like, this is something I'd take with me to a convention for like between the hours of like between games, like just have a quick game with your mates or something. Keep your rules fresh, keep going.
Is that 40k or AOS?
That's like a side AOS thing. So, but this is the 40k bit. So, as we all know, Mortarion, the Demon Prince of Nurgle, has finally graced our shores.
Whoa! Wait a second. Mortarion, isn't he a son of the Emperor and loyal Spaz Marine leader?
No, he's not. He's a dirty traitor legionnaire.
Attaboy. It's finally seen the light. That's good on him.
Finally seen the light, and he's like, I don't know, it's looking really good.
So he's embraced the grandfather's love there.
Yeah, he's the model looks absolutely amazing. It's something that
that's on the GW. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, check him out. How good is it?
All right, no, that's really cool. Yeah, get one of them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, right. Also, we've also got Adeptus Mechanicus, the new codex. They're coming out. I think they're already out. Oh yeah, no, they're coming out this month. And then we've got the whole Belarus Crawl coming out by himself in his own box set, and then we've got the usual Adeptus Mechanicus data cards that obviously come with a codex that people want to see. And then we've got Space Marine Primaris Squad, the Hellblaster Combat Squad.
Just for the AOS people, what's a codex?
So it's like a big pile of war scrolls.
Oh, it's like a battle tome.
Yeah, battle tome.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Why you got to be different, 40k? Why you got to be different?
Why do you have to be so special with your safe spaces and your?
Because Sigmar commands it.
Sigmar commands it. Isn't he dead?
Yeah. No, that's the Emperor, buddy.
Oh, that's the Emperor. Oh, corpse got in. Yeah. So other than that, there's a couple of extra models from Forge World that are coming out for 40k. So you've got Magister Armon of the Thousand Suns Legion, and then you've got Legio Custodes, Telmon Pattern Dreadnought. That looks pretty cool. It's another big unit. I can see a lot of people going to get it on the web store exclusive. If you're interested in that, you've got Plague Brethren, which are just like Chaos chosen with Mark of Nurgle, I guess, and they're a pretty cool miniature.
So just for everybody in AOS, that's Putrid Blight Kings in space.
Yeah, Putrid Blight Kings is like big ass like power fists and bolters and guns. Lots of guns.
Let's play AOS.
Get your guns out. I've got AOS. Got AOS.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'll be having a go at you online about that later.
Yeah,
and the dice, those dice.
Oh yeah, new Nurgle dice. They're coming out. I can't remember if they're web store exclusive or if you can actually order them. But they look dirty.
I think you can pre-order them now.
Yeah, you can pre-order them now.
Downside, you're limited to 2 per order. So I think it's like 20 dice in an order though.
Well, that's
more than 40. Well, yeah, you would need more than 40 if you're like taking a shit ton of plague bearers or something. Anyway, they look hot.
They look good. You just buy more. You just throw money at them. Like there's.
Let me just get all my unlimited money out and just throw it all at everybody. As if
shower game Photoshop my dollar dues.
Those guys, I swear, like it's getting to the point where I'm gonna have to start selling my children for plastic crack.
Oh, that's fun.
Sorry, kids.
Make them right. Bye, kids. Off to the coal mines with you.
Yeah, that's it. So also, by now everybody already knows AOS News. The General's Handbook 2017 is out, or GHB2, or the other names that they've got for it. Enter your acronym here. I've got it. It's awesome. There's some jaded people, and then there's some really happy people. I've got armies on both ends of that spectrum. So, and the army that you started, Brynley, Slaves, is pretty freaking awesome as well in the new handbook. So,
Oh, yeah.
other than that, there was something about a book you were mentioning earlier as well. Is it a fluff book? Should I buy it? Will I be interested?
Well, I
Gaunts,
mean, okay.
something?
So no, so that's Gaunt's. So that's Gaunt's Ghost. So that's a 40k novel, or it'll be might be a 40k omnibus. I'm not really sure. Like I know, basically it follows a unit of Imperial Guardsmen. They've gone from basically having their homeworld blown up to bits, and they just go around across the galaxy, just absolutely wrecking shit. It's by Dan Abnett,
Yeah.
so it's
Oh,
absolute
Dan
fantastic writer.
Abnett did probably all of my favorite Horus Heresy books.
Oh man, he
Um,
is
if I
phenomenal.
wasn't straight, married with kids, I would have that guy's babies. I swear, he's a really good author.
He is completely next level. I would turn gay for him in like in a book sense. I don't know how that works.
Sure, yeah, in a book sense. All right, so that's pretty awesome. Right, so there's a lot of news for our first night. That was pretty awesome. We'll be doing that every episode that we do.
Yeah.
We'll try to mention a whole bunch of tournaments and stuff that are in the local area. If you're not in the local area,
Get in the local
drive up.
area.
Yeah, just
Yeah, fucking
drive
city
up.
life.
Yeah. If you're in the States, your dollar's pretty strong at the moment. Get a flight, come on over, bring it on.
It's like probably like a dollar for flights. Just get on like United Airlines. They're probably giving away tickets.
Yeah. That'd be it. Except it'd be hard to fly at the moment. There's a few storms around. Okay, so next up, what's in your army? Now, I've been thinking about this the whole time we were talking about the news. And I'm looking around and I'm like, so much grey to paint and build. So I'd like to start with you, and I'd like you to tell me what you're doing in 40k, because I know you've been doing AOS, but have you been doing any 40k stuff, or are you just really slack?
Yeah. No, I've been doing some 40k stuff.
Okay.
So as it's already been alluded to, I've got a dirty Tau army. It's actually quite extensive. I've been collecting for a couple of years now, and like it gets to the point where I try to keep on top of my painting, so I don't like to see a lot of grey on my table. So at the moment, what I've been currently working through is just those smaller units that you don't really see. I've got a couple of Krutoks that I've been painting up, just doing a bit of like different painting techniques with the airbrush to see if I can smash out quickly. I'm not really a fan of sitting there and painting a miniature for like 6 hours if it's just going to be like in the rear supporting, just running over other stuff. It's just been some 2 Krutoks and a group of Krut and putting some Krut together. And let me just have a quick look. And I guess I'm putting together this demon prince, well, that's for AOS. So
is that the demon prince that I gave you?
Yeah. It's
dude. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Can it be 40k? Because that axe looks awfully sort of futuristic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you just cut off like the power coupling bits, and I guess it's just an axe at the end of the day.
Winning.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like if you're gonna split straws over like a demon prince having like a power axe in a fantasy setting, then like you probably shouldn't look too hard into like the celestial magic that's being thrown around the battlefield. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I shaved my beard off this morning, so I can't really argue about it too much. But that's pretty cool. That's the Forge World Demon Prince of Khorne with the Herald.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of pretty cool.
Looks really cool. Yeah,
so
he's missing all
why with all of your 40k painting, it's been a while since you mentioned that you'd actually finished any of your minis. Have you finished any of them?
No. I'm at the stage where I've got like the 3 base colors down, and I'm just looking at them and I'm just like, I can do it, and then I'm just like, nah, there's an episode of Rick and Morty. I've got better things to do.
We'll let it slide because it's Rick and Morty. That's it's only 40k, bro. If it was AOS, then I'd have a problem.
I'll be honest. I've been focusing a bit more on AOS. So
that's the spirit. Attaboy. So, so what's your AOS stuff?
All right, so as it's already been alluded to, I'm building a Slaves to Darkness army.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, getting that dirty chaos on. So that's what the Demon Prince is for. Just gonna be doing that. I'm also building a Hurricaneum, which is actually proving to be a really tricky build. I'm trying to do a little bit of like funky lighting with it. I don't know. We'll show it off later. Like I've got a couple of other display pieces that I go a bit crazy with the lighting for. But
Maybe
this
you
is just
should
gonna be
just
another
tell
one.
the lazy bastard who owns that Hurricane to do it himself, so you've got more time to concentrate on your slaves.
Nah, he's got like big dick fingers and he'll fuck it up. So we won't worry about that. Well,
Yeah, that guy's a douche.
he's a douche.
I'm sorry. You're more skilled with me, damn it. With
No,
me
it's all right.
than me, whatever.
With me, maybe. But yeah, other than that, it's just been chaos.
That Slaves army is pretty beasty though. We played that. So Brynley and I had a game the other night, and he faced those guys up there, the Stormcast, and it was a pretty damn close match. So not looking forward to seeing those guys again on the table and smashing me.
It's just those
it's
chosen.
a pretty tough army, man.
Yeah.
You ain't get those chosen guys. Oh,
so good.
what is it, like 3 attacks each or something?
Yeah, 3 attacks each, and then like once they start punching on, other stuff can re-roll wounds, and then if you've got like a Chaos Lord in there, you can re-roll to hit, and like starts getting really silly.
Oh, I'm gonna get so beardy over those guys.
Yeah, they're pretty.
All right. Well, geez, what's in my army? So currently, I've been building.
Dude, what are you painting, man?
Where is it? Here we go. I've built 40 of these guys today. They're really hard to tell.
Skeletons.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude. Straight up, I would probably. I'd probably cut my own finger off with a tablespoon over building more of these guys ever again, because they're so little. And like you said earlier, my big penis fingers. They're just dude, they're the worst. I've actually still got 20 to go.
Yeah, that's why I chose Chaos, because they're like really big and bulky, and they're not like really frail and thin, but they're gonna imagine how good they're gonna look when they're painted.
Well, these guys are all just going to look like bone. Like I don't know, and they're going to be in massive clumps of like 30 or 40.
Yeah, that's fine.
The only reason I'm building them all is because GHB 2017, man, you got to have those hordes. So
yeah, man, that's it.
I've got the Death Army that I'm starting. So I'm doing Bone Rattle, Death Rattle. Sorry, I've been looking at bones all day. These skeletons. So. So I've got boxes of stuff to build there. I've got maybe like I've got Free Guild General on some giant eagle thing that name escapes me, and a Carl France on Deathclaw to paint.
Oh yeah.
A steam tank, a whole bunch of artillery, Free Guild Guard. They've all got to be painted for my Empire or Free People or Free Guild, whatever we're calling them these days. I've still got Stormcast Eternal that need painting as well. Don't tell too many people this, because I'd say I don't like 40k. But I've also got a Primaris batch to do out of the starter set for the new Primaris guys, and army of Grey Knights as beards.
Wow, that's a lot of beard going on.
Dude, I've got so much to paint. And strip. Yeah. I've got to, because some of the Empire Free Guild stuff that I've got is all it's all quite shoddy. So I bought some of the stuff online and I need to strip it. But that's all the stuff that I got going on. Oh, and Noble stuff. I've got Epidemius, a Harbinger of Decay, 15 Putrid Blight Kings, 2 Plague Claws, and a bunch of other stuff to paint still. Plague Bearers. And on my build table over here is a whole bunch of Chaos Marauders as well. Dude, I don't know, it's depressing. Can we stop talking about it?
See, this is why I only have like 2 armies because, like, you know, oh well, I don't know. You do you, man. You do you.
Dude, I'm like, right, if you finish all of this stuff, then you've got the Beyond the Gates of Antari set to build and do as well, which is another story in itself. So one day, I don't know, I gotta stop gaming and paint it because, you know, battle against the grey in all events.
You just gotta start buying shit.
It's gonna take.
I mean, in saying that, I'm gonna be buying some more Chaos units because I've got this dirty AOS bug in my system now. So
yes. See, well, you've got Chaos Warriors coming, don't you? I think was it just Chaos Warriors? You got a whole bunch of stuff coming. What's that?
Oh, the Manticore.
Oh no, I have to play against that. Okay, that's gonna be cool. When are you building that?
After the Hurricane. So
yes. All right, I'll need the Hurricane so I can kill your Manticore. So that works out.
It's gonna work well.
Winning. All right, now while we're on the topic of hobby and all that sort of stuff, what's been going on? What's been going on with your hobby? What have you been doing other than painting? Have you had any games lately and shit like that?
Other than the game that I had with you, that's been pretty much it. But like, that's because I haven't really gotten out yet. You're a bit easy to get to because you're close, and we don't have to wait for a store to be open. So it's just been basically games at yours. And what about yourself? Have you had many games?
I'm pretty much the same between work and getting this channel and stuff sorted out with you. Basically, it's just been a bunch of games here. I popped around to a friend's place the other night, but I got there too late, so I missed out on games there. But I did get to see a pretty cool match between Stormcast and Seraphon, and have a fun argument about piling in rules, which was great. Healthy debate. So I've seen I've seen more games than I've participated in lately. But it just highlighted how good some other armies are, and if I could handle owning a Space Lizard army, I'd probably buy some. Yeah, man. Just gaming it up with you. Those slaves have been really fun to fight against because I hadn't really faced just a pure slaves army until you rocked up with all of those dirty bastards, and they do some damage.
So much chosen. All the chosen.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it wasn't so much the chosen; it's those fucking knights, man. What are those knights called?
No, they're just Chaos Knights. They're just normal Chaos Knights.
Chaos Knights. Those guys are ruthless as fuck. Like when you first charged me, they almost wiped out a unit of 5 Retributors. Like they were nothing.
Yeah, they took out 2 on the charge. Didn't they?
Oh my god. Yeah, those guys are wrecked. Yeah, I'm gonna have to chop my list up to match your play because that's crazy.
Yeah.
More Judicators.
More Judicators.
Right. So moving on tonight's main segment, I guess we could call it, is hobby on a budget. Shit you need. So we're not just talking about any shit tonight. It's shit that you need for starting out. I guess we're sort of targeting this for our channel and all that sort of stuff, not to the pros out there or the advanced gamers, because you guys already know. Yeah, if you're going to listen to this, it's probably just because you're painting. You've already finished listening to Warhammer Weekly, and there's nothing good on TV.
Yeah, we've randomly just like shown up on your feed, and they're just what is this crap? We'll just listen to them.
Yeah, that's it. Let's listen to these two guys talk for a fucking while. But hopefully, if you're newer to the hobby, 40k AOS 30k as well is still a pretty big thing.
Yeah, man.
This is for you. So we just want to go over a few things. It doesn't need to be specific armies. Shit that you need specific army wise is the ability to make a decision. That's really about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Read up, see what you like. They're all pretty much the same. They're all pretty easy to play. You know, yeah, that side of it. We're just going to assume you've picked an army, right? And now you've got to build it and paint it to fight the battle on the grey and get it onto that table and roll some dice and kick some ass. So you know more than I do about the painting side of it. But considering I've literally just built 40 little grey plastic skeletons, I think it's safe to say that a good fucking Stanley knife and a pair of, what do you call these little things these days? What are all the cool kids calling these?
They're parrot beak pliers.
Yeah, okay. So learn from my mistake, kids. These are $3 from Bunnings. This was like $3-4 from Bunnings as well. This works pretty good for chopping up your sprue. This cuts my thumb quite frequently. I think I'm just not pro. But yeah, so blood for the blood god. Blood for the blood god. I'm bleeding for my hobby, buddy.
Man.
Get yourself a Stanley knife and a pair of those witchy woos. That's my first thing of shit you need on your shit I need list. So what else do you reckon?
Yeah, oh well, just on that, like you don't have to spend money on really expensive stuff. Like I know Games Workshop has their own set of parrot beak pliers and cutters and all that other stuff. And like I'll admit, look, I've got a pair. I got a pair myself.
Oh, look at you!
But I bought that.
You feed the beast. Way to go!
Yeah, I got that way back in like 2013, and like they're still going. Like if they break, I'm just gonna replace them with like a $2 thing I get from down the stores. Like some of the yeah, exactly. Prime example. Something really, I don't know, I suppose painting wise, somewhere to store your paints, like somewhere safe to store your paints. Just and your painting setup.
Why do you have to store your paints? What's the importance of storing your paints exactly?
So like not everyone's able to keep their paints out on display in those really cool racks, like 24/7. Some of us have kids. Some of us live in shared accommodation. You want to be able to set up and pack up your painting station sometimes really quickly. I just found like a really standard. Let me see if I can get it out. I just got a. Oh, there's stuff going everywhere. I just got one of these containers. Just a compartment container from Bunnings, which is basically, I suppose, for American counterparts, for like a Walmart or something. But yeah, just
everything's backwards in America. I heard even their toilets flush the other way. That's pretty weird, right?
Yeah, someone to stick your paints and like paintbrushes. You don't have to buy the most expensive Winsor Newton paintbrushes out there. Like seriously, I get mine from a really cheap craft shop. I get most of my brushes I pay for maybe like $7 max. Like I've got nice brushes as well. Like I won't lie, I've got some nice brushes. That's for like really fine work. But just for smashing out, hordes of like 25 hours or something. Yeah, skeletons. Like I don't use really fancy brushes. I find like maybe like even if you start learning on really terrible brushes, it'll make you a better painter.
Yeah, I have to admit I did the same thing. So coming into the hobby, whenever it was, when I was younger and thinner, I was like, oh yeah, got to get all the G-Dub paints, got to get the G-Dub brushes, and they're good brushes. Like like what you said, get some. They're worth having, but don't think that's you're limited to just that. Do you know what I mean? Go out, try some new brushes. I went on wish.com and bought a whole bunch of.
Oh, how good is that site?
$3 for 10 brushes or something. So
that's insane.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But also container-wise,
yeah, man. Like did you get yours from Bunnings?
Yeah. They're tactics containers, and they're all they've got a whole bunch of different compartments in them. So they're important for a couple of reasons. If you've just bought a new starter set or a whole bunch of other stuff to go with it, or even if you're just starting to build boards, all those extra bits, they're like gold later on. Store them all away. You can keep them all separate. It's really good. And then later on down the track, when you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to build me some fucking blah blahs. Oh, it'd be really good if I could give them this type of weapon. Bang, you've got your bits boxes, and you can just go and pick one out, and it just makes a lot easier when you want to do stuff like what is it called, conversions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is more your area.
I think storage for our hobby is actually it's pretty important. Like, you want to know where your bits are, you want to know where your miniatures are when you're trying to dig through stuff. There's nothing better than like trying to dig through like a shipping container worth of sprue just to find like a single bit or something. I don't go to the extent of cutting everything off sprues, but like I'll keep the sprues in the box and then store the boxes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit particular. I cut everything off. Actually, the other day I must have thrown out like maybe 40, 50 empty sprues.
Oh man, you gotta keep that stuff. Keep that stuff for conversions, man. Good plastic.
Dude, I just figured you've got heaps of that, so I put it all in the recycle bin and shipped it off to space wherever it goes. I don't know. I think your Tau make armor out of it or something. So
yeah, that's where they actually get it from. They just make it out of plastic.
Yeah, that's it. Space fish. Their armor's just made out of old sprue.
Yeah, that's why Fire Warriors are so tough, because they're made of like Games Workshop plastic.
Yeah, well, actually, I had the unfortunate encounter recently with a recasted miniature that I purchased online, and it arrived at work, and I dropped it. I literally took it out of the box and I dropped it. It was it was like a cannon or something. I can't remember. But I knew it was fucking recast straight away, because when I dropped it, it just broke. It was real brittle.
It's shattered.
You're not lying, man. G-Dub plastic you can really tell.
Got a good healthy bounce when you drop tiles.
Yeah, you probably don't try that though. But yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, you're right. Storage is definitely a big deal, especially if you've got kids.
I
do, and they get into stuff. So
everything.
It's always good to have your stuff stored somewhere safely and harder for them to get to as well.
Yeah, what else? Okay, so we covered paints, storage, brushes, light. I think a light's really good.
Yeah, actually, what's that thing? Because you're doing a video soon. I think you're filming it soon. The tutorial on.
I built a. We're going to do a tutorial on how to build your own light arch. So for people who don't know what a light arch is, all right, bear with me. We're gonna flip around.
He's moving it. You're gonna watch this now. Your mic's gonna drop out.
That's the light arch. So
that's pretty posh. Look at you, living the high life.
Oh well, I had to make it myself. I didn't buy it, so I'm not that great. But that's kind of like that's one of the things that I got. But you don't have to have that. That's the thing. Don't think that you need to have a light arch. Just a good source of light. A good source of.
Dude, I've got a fucking lamp. Ain't nobody got time for that light arch.
Well, show us your lamp. Show us your lamp. The lamp is fine.
I love lamp. Hang on a sec. Hang on.
Little lamp. Yeah, show us the lamp. A little lamp. Oh god, there's me desk. There it is. That's a little lamp right there.
I'm really sorry. I think
that's what we want.
Yeah, you can't see them anyway. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all you need. Like, you just need a source of light, like a good source of light. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need to buy. I mean, look, you can. We're not going to tell you how to live your life. You don't have to go out and buy like a super expensive light arch setup or a white bulb painting lamp. Like, you just there are cheaper options. There are definitely cheaper options. Just work out what sort of candle. How do you measure bulb brightness? Like candle. What?
I
If it
don't know.
works.
Let me just consult my electrician oracle
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
see what
Get
he
on that
has to
Google
say.
shit.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
yeah, there is that, but also I think there's things that you can't cheap out on as well that you've just got to have
Yeah.
when it comes to your hobby. One for me, I don't know what the 40K equivalent is, but get a general's handbook. Like, just fucking get one. You've got to have one. And then if you've got like an alliance or something like that, get the book for that as well. You got the Chaos one recently, and it's amazing.
Yep.
So I think
It is
don't
really
cheap
good.
out on it. Get the books because it's got fluff, it's got rules, it's got help, it's got everything that you'll need to make sure that you're getting the most out of the models that you spend your money and time on.
Yeah, man.
But also the other one is glue. Glue.
Oh yeah.
Now, are we going to have an argument here? Because I don't think you should cheap out with glue. I think you need proper good glue.
No, this is the stuff. That's the stuff that I use. The blue stuff.
Okay,
I think.
so Citadel,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's good plastic glue. It really is.
You
But
want good
also,
quality plastic glue.
yeah, that's right. You're like the one that because it like melts the plastic a little bit and it fuses it a lot better, right? But super glue, I don't mind. I think you can cheap out on super glue, which you should always get as well. Yeah.
Yeah, good for resin. Like I've nearly glued that entire demon prints together with like a little packet of like Sealy super glue.
That's
Like
the
and that,
shit right there, man.
yeah,
That's the shit right there. That's what
that's
I'm
good to
talking
go.
about.
That was like $2, and I think I've been using that for like 3 weeks now. So
Well, it's really cool. So, and with that whole demon prince, that's a pretty big mini too.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
pretty
that's a pretty
huge.
good effort. That's a pretty good
Yeah,
bloody effort, man. But yeah, I reckon plastic glue. Don't cheap out on plastic glue. Get some good glue. Super
you get
glue,
some good
yeah,
stuff.
you can go a bit cheaper on that.
Yeah,
And then for stuff like recently, you were doing those urban bases, and
yeah,
I
man.
noticed that when you were doing the basing, you had all that sand uh, and just like a whole bunch of rubble and shit that you're putting on those bases, and you like tapped it in the video, and you could see bits falling off, and then you went into that's the shit you don't want to happen, and then you made
Yeah,
that mixture of like PVA glue and water. So
yeah.
PVA glue as well is a definite must if you're
It's
doing bases, yeah.
just craft glue, like just basic craft glue. Like obviously GW sell their own version of PVA glue, but there's no difference from any other sort of PVA glue. I mean, look, buy it if you want. Like you might believe that paying more for a product will ensure quality, but like legit, all I've got is just like some really dirty craft glue. It cost me like $4, and I use that for all of my basing that requires craft glue, like
And
any
all
sort of
of my
PVA.
basing.
Yeah, man, all of your basing as well. So that whole bottle will probably do like both of our armies no time.
That's
And that
awesome.
was yeah.
What do you use for the? Because when you're doing the bases, you know you can stick those little tufts on there, the little
Oh
grass
yeah.
tufts up. The GW sell them in little grassy bits.
Oh
You glue
yeah.
the bottom of those too, yeah.
No, they've got a sticky. They've actually come with like a pre-sticky surface. So you actually
Or do you
just
trust the pre-sticky surface?
yeah. It's like well, I mean, like though, how many games have we played with the Stormcast? They haven't come off yet. So
One has. Sorry,
ooh,
buddy.
all right,
Yeah, you
that's all
fucking
right.
let me down.
They can just go back on. Like they're not bad. The Mordheim Tufts, they're pretty good. I haven't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I didn't read the instructions. They're just like, oh, it's sticky on one end. I'll just pop it down right here.
The rest have stayed,
And
man. All right, so we don't glue those. Or we do glue them. What was that? What do you
so
reckon?
basically anything, any sand, flock, snow, the snow effect stuff, you're gonna glue that down.
Oh yeah, I've got to
Uh,
tell you, I bought some snow stuff. It's coming. Do you want some?
oh yeah. Well, are you? It depends. Well, are you gonna be basing your army with white stuff? Am I gonna need white stuff to
So,
base your army?
well, you make it sound like I don't do anything. I do stuff, right? I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
you just give me the tedious shit to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty good like that. The skeleton, the death rattle. I think
Oh,
I
you're gonna
wanted
do
to
Death
try
Rattle
it.
with snow base?
Well, see, I was watching this really bad B grade film, and there was a whole bunch of like Nazi zombies that popped up out of the snow, and then most of them are just like
Yeah.
skeletons anyway. And I don't know what
Yeah,
it was, but it was B grade shit. It was,
Was it snow zombies?
oh, dude, I don't know. There was like
Was
seven
it Nazi snow zombies? I
scotches
feel like this.
involved.
Yeah.
I'd had a few drinks, and I just needed to watch something mindless when I hobbied. So I think I
That's what
actually
you
ended up
chose.
falling asleep on the couch watching the last of it. But it was really bad. But it gave me the idea of, oh, yeah, these guys just popped up out of the fucking snow, even though it goes against like all the fluff that I can think of. And Nagash would probably absolutely ruin me for it. I'm still probably going to try it, man.
Yeah,
So,
do it anyway, man.
yeah.
There's
Oh,
this
you
technique
can have some
using
for your
bicarb
towel.
soda. There's a technique using bicarb soda and super glue that gives this really cool snow effect.
Mm.
If you're listening, and you want to check it out. Check it out. There are a couple of cool YouTube tutorials on it. If I was going to do snow, I'd probably, I don't know, I'll give it a go. Is the snow stuff you got from GW? I haven't actually seen it.
The stuff I got is from a questionable source online.
You sure it's not
I
cocaine?
don't know I don't know the quality of it. I don't know.
Better.
We're gonna find out. I just thought I'd give it a try. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's gonna. Oh,
Run a list. Shit.
yeah, 100% pure, buddy. 100% pure snow. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be any good or not. If it's not,
No,
well, fuck it. Do something else.
it's not a huge deal if it's not that
Um,
great. We'll work it out.
Correct. But actually, that you just reminded me as well, though. That's something else you'll need when you're starting off in the hobby as well is an internet connection. Obviously, YouTube, like you mentioned, there's heaps of tutorials out. Duncan from Games Workshop does a whole bunch of stuff for AOS. I'm pretty sure it does 40k as well, but I don't even know if anybody plays that game anymore. Just AOS for life. Also, Vince from Warhammer Weekly does some amazing stuff as well. He's got a whole section devoted to, those little cheats, tricks, tips and stuff like that. So check that out as well. There's heaps of stuff on YouTube, heaps of stuff. There's forums, there's Facebook pages, there's all sorts of stuff. Off the top of my head, I know Legion of Wargamers has a Facebook page, of course, obviously.
Yeah, we do.
Warrior Lodge has one. There's so many out there. Also, I would probably have to suggest the Grand Alliance. It's a really good forum. It's a really good forum online, and it's got everything on there.
Facebook page.
The Grand Alliance is a forum, so it's a website.
Yeah, we could.
But it's got everything on there. Like there's this amazing base guide. If you've got a unit and you don't know what base it needs, it's on there. Like, it's crazy. There's all of my Empire stuff at the moment is on square bases. So the tedious task of making them go round falls to me because there's no way I'm buying a whole other army. And I had no idea, but that's all on there. So there's a lot of stuff online. Our videos are number one most important, of course, because we're fucking awesome. But
yeah, I mean, like, who doesn't want to listen to two Aussies talk about like the greatest hobby on earth?
Bro, speak for yourself. I am New Zealand.
Well, you live here, so you're Australian.
Cut it out, Al. Yeah, shut up. Fuck you. Yeah, so that's it for us tonight, I guess, man. Unless is there anything else that you wanted to chuck in there for shit you need?
Oh, well, I mean, like dice rulers, your rule book, like that's pretty much it.
Rulers, is that
Like a tape
speak for $3 tape measure from Bunnings?
Yeah, man, that's exactly that's what you need. An inch is an inch,
yeah.
And that's 6 inches.
Really? unless you're like moving 40 skeletons, which eventually is just going to be there you go, done.
Yeah, just push them,
right.
push them at the enemy. No, that's it. That's all I can think of, man. I think for our first podcast, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that.
All right. I'm pretty sure that's everything then. I'm gonna leave it to you to say all the goodbyes because goodbyes make me sad. So
All
sign us
right.
out, man.
Well. All right. Well. Thanks for listening to our first podcast. You guys have been a pleasure to listen to. Definitely check out our YouTube channel, which you're hopefully on. If you're not, good on the weird Chinese third-party source that you're listening to this to on. Definitely check out our Facebook group, Legion of Wargamers. Get involved. If you're in Brisbane area, like shoot us a message. If you're in a club in the Brisbane area, again, shoot us a message. Check us out, and this is Brynley and Ryan, and we're out.
Woo!
Woo!